Hi guys, let me set up the camera real quick. I'm still sick. This is already so much better. I look so pale. I think gray is not my color. It's a better view on the books. I annotate my books, but I don't like it when it's like dog-eared, I think it's called in English. I'm weird, I know. So, today is a bank holiday in Germany, so that means I'm gonna be reading the whole day. I have planned to film my May wrap-up, but that's about it. Oh, I have to cut and upload my June TBR, which I did with TBR prompts. It's probably gonna go up tomorrow. Today, as in the bank holiday today, I have the whole day off, and it's a Thursday, and I'm still not feeling quite well. I was sick over the weekend, and I went to work on Tuesday, but I should have just stayed home because I'm still a little sick. So yeah, I thought of reading two books today. It's two books that are on kind of the shorter part. The first one I was intrigued by is Sally Rooney, Beautiful People, Beautiful World. Beautiful World, Where Are You? And this is about Alice, a novelist, and Felix, who works in a warehouse, and they meet. And what? Okay, I didn't know that. They meet and they travel to Rome. But it's also about Eileen, who's getting over a breakup, and Simon, whom she has known since childhood. So it's like about four people that are still young but are catching up on life. It's also my first Sally Rooney book, but I mean, it's a bestseller, so there has to be something good about it. I'm reading this one, but also I'm really happy to finally pick up this book because I have read Maybe in Another Life by Taylor Jenkins Reid. It was pretty good. It wasn't like my favorite book because that genre is really not really my jam, to be honest, but I'm gonna give it another try, and I'm gonna give her another try because I've heard only good things about this book, and it's The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. And this is about Evelyn Hugo, who is finally ready to tell the truth about her glamorous and scandalous life. But at least it's easy names to pronounce, like Taylor Jenkins Reid and Evelyn Hugo and Sally Rooney. And I have on my June TBR there are some names from authors. It was so hard to pronounce them. I'm so sorry if I say them wrong, but that's just life if you don't speak English in your native language. So I think I'm gonna start with, I really want to read The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, but maybe to keep me going, I'm gonna start with Beautiful World, Where Are You? Because I'm not that intrigued by it, but I'm curious about what it's about and like how the story is gonna unwrap and all that. So I'm gonna blow my nose because I'm still sick, kind of, so yeah. I'm gonna get ready to start reading. And I'm gonna probably check up with you guys once I have like my first thoughts about the book. Maybe after 50 or 100 pages, and I'm gonna get back to you. ready to talk. I have read a couple of pages. Actually, I have read 78 pages of Beautiful World, Where Are You? What is this? I'm not really feeling this book at all. Like, I don't know where to start. This is so weird. Okay, so first of all, there are paragraphs as long as the whole page. And I'm not comfortable with that, to be honest. I like it when it's a lot of short paragraphs. It's just like it flows better for me when reading. And also, there is no, like when they talk, there's like not those thingies. I don't know what it's called. And it's basically just plain text, the whole thing. Like, here, they're talking and there's like nothing. There's like nothing. And we basically, like I said, we follow 4 people, and it starts off with Alice and Felix actually meeting in like a bar, and they met on Tinder and decided to meet up. Then they go off to her place, and since she's a writer, she like has, since she's like a successful writer, she has the ability to rent a whole house with like 4 bedrooms, and they go to 1 bedroom and then he just leaves. And I'm so confused. That was like the first chapter. I was so confused. Oh my god. And yeah, we basically follow those 2 at the first few chapters, and then we find Alice writing an email to her best friend Eileen, who's in Dublin, and she's like explaining all her situations and that she met someone, and she's not really, I don't know. And I have to admit, I do not like Felix at all. He is mean to Alice. He like says stuff and then says he didn't mean it like that, but it's, you can tell that he meant it like he said it. I do not like him at all. Like, really not. No. After a couple of chapters, we follow Eileen, who calls her childhood friend Simon, and there's something going on there then. But besides that, it's kind of like a better relationship between those 2, just like in general between 2 people, those 2 have the better relationship, other than Alice and Felix. I feel like Alice could do better, but I mean, it actually says, like the title says, Beautiful World, Where Are You? And it's not a beautiful world where they live in as of now, so I don't know what happens next. I'm not that intrigued to know what happens next, to be honest, so I'm just gonna try and read some more. I'm not feeling it. I have to be honest. But yeah, I'm gonna try another like 50 pages or something. It felt like hours reading this, but it was just like 1 hour. Like, it's a fast read. I read like 78 pages in just an hour, and especially when English is not my first language, it's a big deal, but it felt like way more than just 1 hour. It felt like 3 or 4 hours. It's not a good sign. So I'm gonna see if I'm gonna keep reading this more than just like 120 or 130 pages. I don't know. I'm gonna see it. I'll keep you updated, and I'll talk to you after I read some more. Oh, one more thing. I remember my book bestie, Franzi. I sent her a picture when I bought this book, and she's like, "Beautiful World, who are you?" Because she doesn't think I like it, and she might be right. I can't do it. I really cannot do it. So I read another 20 pages. I'm on page 98 and chapter 11. I must say the emails that are exchanged by Alice and Eileen are pretty interesting, but everything else in this book that makes me want to keep reading. My decision is set. I am DNFing this book. I will not continue reading. It's just not my book. I tried it. I'm not sure if I'm ever gonna try a Sally Rooney book again, to be honest. Just leave that in the comments if you have read, I think it's Normal People and Conversations with Friends. If you have read that, please let me know if the writing style, like those long paragraphs, and no, I still don't know what they're called. Like, if you have read the other books of Sally Rooney, please let me know if it's the same or if it's like totally different. And then if it's like different, I might try another book. Also, I couldn't like connect to the characters really well. I kind of connected to Eileen more than Alice because I was like, I don't know, we have like mutual things in common. All the other characters, I still don't like Felix. Oh my god, I do not like Felix. Who is that guy? Like, seriously, why is he talking to Alice like that? I am officially removing the bookmark. On to the next one. Like I said, it's gonna be The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and this one's more floppy. Also, plus, I'm gonna jump right into this. Gonna keep you updated. So, my next book is gonna be Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Let's go read. I'm coming back at you with only 12 pages read because this is already so much better than Beautiful World. Where are you, to be honest? And the way that this book is formatted is one chapter. I don't know if it continues like that, but it's one chapter of like an article that goes like 2 to 3 pages, and then we have a chapter of Monique's point of view, who is the one chosen by Evelyn Hugo to be her interviewer. I'm already loving this book. Already. Like, we get to know through all, like, with those articles about Evelyn and what's happening right now and why she is like making an interview about herself. We get to know a little bit more about Evelyn in the beginning, but I think it's going to be more, it's going to be a whole interview thing, I think, and even more maybe, because it says on the back that Monique's life like kind of is as tragic and irreversible such as Evelyn Hugo's. So we'll see what that is about. But in like the beginning, she's raising money for breast cancer research because her daughter died of breast cancer, turning only 41. That's like the first article, what it's about, and then we get Monique's point of view and see how she's like chosen by Evelyn Hugo to make this interview with her. After that chapter, we get another glimpse of an article. It's a pretty short article, and then they start like having comments here. You see like what the fans or Hollywood in general, or maybe even just like ordinary people, what ordinary people think of Evelyn Hugo. And it's one side is like, I hate her, what's she doing, why is she like selling all of her clothes, and the other side is like, oh, I love her eyebrows, and I'm like, what? Like one comment says, all hail Evelyn Hugo for making blonde hair and dark eyebrows the look. Evelyn, I salute you. So that's like one of the comments on that article. The other one says, that's really good, this is a woman who has donated millions of dollars for charity. I cannot read, I'm so sorry. Okay, let's start again. This woman has donated millions of dollars to charities for battered women's organizations and LGBTQ plus interests, and now she's auctioning off her gowns for cancer research, and all you can talk about is her eyebrow game? Seriously? And I was laughing out loud at that. So there's like a lot of opinions about Evelyn Hugo, and I'm curious to meet her. I have not met her yet. Monique just got the job to interview her, but it's already better than the other book, I have to say. But I'm really happy I picked this up. And I'm intrigued what's gonna happen and why Monique was chosen, because she even asked her mother if her father ever like worked with Evelyn Hugo or like was friends with her, because he was like a still life photographer in like the Hollywood scene. But from what I gathered, like about from their conversation about her dad, I think he's dead. I don't think he lives anymore. She cannot ask him herself. I'm gonna keep reading and I'm gonna keep you updated. It's a little past noon, I think, and I'm gonna keep reading a little bit. I'll keep you updated. Another update, because I'm on page 27 basically, and on the end of page 27, like, we get to know why Evelyn has chosen Monique, basically. I'm not sure if that's all the story, like the whole story, why she chose Monique, but she has chosen her not to write an article about her, like, selling the dresses and giving the money to the Cancer Research Center. She's asking Monique to write her autobiography and publish it after she dies. So Monique is like, what, you're dying? And Evelyn is just like casually like, yeah, everyone's dying, darling. And I'm like, okay, yeah, true. Yeah, they went to a restaurant, and then Evelyn says, if you have any questions, now is the time to ask them. And Monique starts asking questions. And the first one is if there's any financial benefit for Evelyn. And Evelyn's like, no, I'm going to be dead. Why would I have any, like, financial benefit out of it? And then after a couple of more questions, Monique asks, all right, then, what kind of financial gain is there for me? And then Evelyn's like, oh, that's an interesting question. Why did it take you so long to ask this? Evelyn has read some of Monique's work and really thinks she's a good writer. So she really likes, like, the actual writing of Monique. And she's not like, oh, I know her. But I'm not sure if that's, like, the whole story to it. I think there's more. One quote, I was not going to annotate this, but this quote makes me want to annotate this book so bad. And it says, it's just like one sentence in like a whole paragraph of Evelyn saying something. She wants Monique to sell the book she's writing about Evelyn to the highest bidder. And she means like the highest, the top tier. She says, make them pay you what they would pay a white man. And that's so real. It is so real. I'm loving this book. Wow. I didn't think it would be so good, but it is so good, and I'm on page like 28 or something. I'm gonna keep reading, and I'm gonna make myself some lunch. This is really good. Oh my god. Yeah. I'm really happy I started this. Okay, so it is safe to say that I am in love with Evelyn. Yeah, with Evelyn. Because I totally forgot the time. I was about to make myself some lunch, and I was like, okay, just one more chapter. And then I was like, oh, just one more chapter. Just one more chapter. Just one more chapter. And now I'm on page 88. So I flew through those last, like, when did I last update you? Like, page 20 or 12? I'm not sure. Like, I flew through these pages. And I started annotating it as well. I put annotations or sticky marks where something that Evelyn did or said kind of like got to me. One for Monique and one just like quotes. We basically follow Evelyn talking about her life. She's telling everything to Monique, and Monique is about to write a book about it, but we're basically going through her life with her 7 husbands, because that's why it's called The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. And I'm on the second husband, Don Adler, and I hate him. Oh my god, I hate him so much. I was like, oh, he's so sweet, and then it just like turns the other way. Look out for trigger warnings before reading this, because it's really a hard topic, to be honest. I'm fine reading it, but you should really look it up before you read it. If you have anything that triggers you in a bad way, so you should look it up. But I really highly recommend this book. And I'm only on page 88. It's, how many pages is it? 385. So I have about 300 pages left. I feel like I can finish this today. I'm gonna make myself a snack, because I was already snacking during my reading I did just now. So I'm gonna make myself like a little bigger snack instead of real lunch, and I'm gonna have a big dinner then. And I'm gonna keep reading. I have the audiobook playing while I'm reading because I like the narrating. I really love it, and it's 2 voices, one for Evelyn and one for Monique. And I really like that. It's like better. It's a better way to like change scenery, because Evelyn is talking about her life back then, but it's in her perspective. So we follow her in her perspective, how she is living through all this, but also kind of like narrates it as well. And on the other hand, the other chapters, we follow Monique in her perspective. And that's kind of nice to have like the switch up of the voices. So yeah, gonna get myself a snack and then I'm gonna keep reading. Okay, hi guys. So I have just filmed my May wrap up, and I included this book as well because I'm gonna finish this today, really. Before that, I had some snack for lunch, and now I just feel like I need to like get into my comfy clothes again. Gonna curl up in bed and read and listen to the audiobook at the same time, because that's great. But also, I have found a Taylor Swift, what is it called? It's Taylor Swift's The Tortured Poets Department, but piano, 3-hour instrumental music. I'm gonna listen to that in the background on my iPad, and I'm gonna listen to the audiobook on my phone, and I'm gonna read with it. So I'm really excited. I'm gonna keep you updated. I'm gonna keep you updated. I'm done talking. You can really tell. I'm gonna keep you updated, and I'll see you guys later. It's like 4 p.m. now, or 5 even, but I'm gonna try and finish this today. Hi guys, just a quick update. I'm tired too. I am tired too. It is around 9 p.m. I usually go to bed at like 10 or 10:30 because I have to get up in the morning real early. So I have 160 pages left. I'm not gonna make it tonight, to be honest. I'm probably gonna read like another 100 before I go to bed. I'm gonna take a shower now and then read more while I'm laying in bed, probably. But yeah, I'm on page 226. I'm on the 4th husband, I think. It's like 60% in, basically. So I couldn't get much done today. Not as much as I thought. I'm really liking it. She as in Evelyn. Evelyn has, wow. She's great. She knows how to run Hollywood, to be honest. Like, she actually has no fear of telling the truth and be like, hey, I want to like use you to go further and make myself more famous. And one of her marriages even was an kind of an arranged marriage, because the guy that she was married with actually wanted the same. They both wanted fame, and they both just got married. They were just married on the paper, basically, and they even had separate bedrooms, and they were shooting 3 films, and they were like married for 2 or 3 years, and they filed divorce on like the perfect time, because then a lot of people still watched the movie they were shooting, because it's such a scandal how it happened, how they like broke up. And everyone's just puppets for those two, especially for Evelyn. She knows how to like get everyone to do everything she wants, basically. It's crazy. And seeing her story unfold, I immediately liked her in the beginning of the book, like when I first met her, but I'm still really liking her. Like, even though after everything she's done and how she has done it so far, I'm not sure what else is going to happen, but at this point, I'm still in shock, but I am impressed by what she has done. I could actually see Hollywood being run by people like Evelyn, and us normal people basically not even knowing what's going on there. Then I'm gonna get comfy in bed and keep reading. I'll keep you updated. Since it's only the 30th of May, I still have tomorrow to read this book in May. And I even wrapped up my May wrap up with this book. I'm so excited. This is really a good book. I'm really happy I picked this up. Especially after Beautiful World Where You was such a flop to me. So that was just perfect so far. I love it. We kind of finally see what part Monique is playing in that regard, what it says on the back. But as Evelyn's story nears its conclusion, it becomes clear that her life intersects with Monique's own in tragic and irreversible ways. So we kind of finally see what is happening there and why. I'm not sure if Evelyn knows what happens in Monique's life in detail, but if she does, I don't know where she's got it from. But reading all that backstory from her, I kind of know it's like some, I don't know, like she has so many connections. She must have something, or someone giving her that information, and that's why she maybe picked Monique. I'm not sure. I'm really gonna catch up with you guys once I read some more, and especially when I finish this book. So I have work tomorrow, and I have my second job tomorrow as well, so I'll be home late. So I have an 11-hour work day tomorrow. What do you got to do when you need the money? Especially since I'm still in training. I need the money with a second job. But I love both jobs. I love what I do. My second job is actually in a bookstore, so girls gotta do what a girl's gotta do. I'll read tonight after a shower. When I finish this book, I have read 6 books in May, and I started reading on May 17th because I had my final exam on the 15th, and I did like a weekend reading vlog where I read 2.5 books from like Friday evening to Sunday evening, basically in like 48 hours, and it's actually my very first video. It is so crazy. It feels like ages ago, but it was just 2 weeks ago. It's getting dark. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. This book, it broke my heart 3 times. I was not okay. I finished it last night at around 11 p.m. and I was not okay. No. Lottie wants to cuddle. Hey. Yeah, so I finished it last night, and Taylor Jenkins Reid, I understand the obsession with her because this book is really one of her best. And I only read 2 books of her, maybe in another life, and The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. So I slept over the rating, and I cannot put anything into words with this book. It is such a good book. I annotated not that much, but it was something special every time I annotated it, and I highly, highly recommend this book. I will give this 5 stars, and since I finished it last night, it was still the 31st, and it's still a May book. I was shook. I cried. I laughed a little bit as well, but I was mostly shook how the whole time I was reading this book, I was asking myself if there's a lot of Hollywood stars doing what Evelyn Hugo did, like planning out their divorce or marriage and just to have more fame and all that. I was wondering if that's really a big thing. I mean, I believe there is something like that going on in Hollywood. To this extent, I'm not sure, or I was wondering if it's actually, a thing. I don't know. It was. I have no words. I'm still so shocked by this book. The biggest shock was like almost to the end, like 20 pages before the end, and we find out why Evelyn Hugo chose Monique. All the way 20 pages before the end, we finally find out why she has chosen her. That made me tear up as well, because there was a letter, and that letter really... I'm about to cry if I'm talking about this. I ate it up, even though it took me like 2 or 3 days. Like I said, it's gonna be a 5-star read. I'm sorry if this is so all over the place, but this is a book I can highly recommend. It is a book about love, about hatred, about doing things you need to do to get to where you want to be. You have to ask yourself, is it morally good, or is it something that hurts people? And all that is like wrapped up in this book, and I can highly recommend it. You should really read it. And this is going to be the end of my reading vlog, trying to read books during my bank holiday here in Germany. That didn't work out that well, so it's just a longer time span, but that's okay. A DNF and a 5-star is a pretty good average, I would say. It's like basically 2-3 stars, or 2.5 stars, and I'm fine with that. I'm really fine with that, especially after I read The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. This was divine. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.